Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So today's video then is aimed towards those golfers that really struggle on the golf course but can hit the ball really well on the driving range. Well, I think I have the answer and I'm going to share it with you guys today. I've seen it time and time again with players that come and see me for lessons and they play exceptionally well here on the driving range. They can stand, they can hit balls comfortably, one after another, yet put them on a golf course and they struggle. All you're going to need for this is 2 alignment sticks, a golf club and some golf balls, and we'll get going straight into it. For those of you also that haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please make sure to subscribe. I'm releasing new videos at the moment every Sunday to help you improve your golf. So the big issue then that so many of you are facing when you get on a golf course is you're struggling to align yourselves, but you are not conscious of it. So when you're on a driving range, a lovely square mat, aiming with the mat, everything's nice and square, well the ball's going where you're aiming. You get on a golf course and you're not actually setting up where you think you're aiming, which means the golf swing then is having to compensate. So what we need to do is we need to chat about there are 2 alignment points when you are setting up. So we have 2 lines that personally I like to work with, which is your feet line, so feet, hips and shoulders on this line, and then we then have our ball to target line. Now the ball to target line is what the club face aligns to. Now I see a lot of people getting this wrong, where what I see people having it where they're setting up feet wise on the foot line, but they're aiming that at the target. Well, quite clearly looking at these 2 sticks, you can see that they're parallel, but they're not aiming at the same thing. Well, this then is quite a big gap. This is aiming at me here. That's aiming at me here. As you can see, I'm very clearly in a different position. Now, what happens when people get these wrong, they start to create issues for themselves. So for example, if I grab my club here and my feet now are aiming at the target, my club face now is aiming quite a long way to the right, meaning that in the golf shot, if I just hit this normally and hit a straight shot how you would on the range, that ball would travel right and would miss the green. If I was to then try and compensate for that, I'm probably going to start encouraging an over the top move to try and hit the ball back on line. Might start finding I start to misstrike it. Suddenly I'm not hitting the ball as well as I was on the driving range. So what we basically can do when we're at the driving range is we can set this up. So what the first one to drop down is your ball to target line, which is that one there. Now I've got that set a fraction right of where I want it to be, purely because if I had the stick going straight through the ball, that would be exactly on my target. And I would set up from this side. So let's imagine now, even if I was hitting a ball, let's say towards yourselves there at the camera, so my ball now is going to be this side. I'm going to just squeeze myself in here. So I'm hitting towards you or just slightly to the right of you. My feet are aiming at you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step in. So I'm going to have my feet matched up on this line and club, that's better, matched up on that line. Well, now what's happening is I'm square towards my target. I've got 2 parallel lines running towards. And what I would do is just practice setting up in that position and hitting shots. And then from here, looking down the line, seeing, well, is the ball now finishing on the target or what's it doing? Is it finishing left? Is it finishing right? And that's going to truly then help you start to identify any faults in your swing, but also if you are then compensating for alignment issues on the golf course. So let's hit one where I try and feel I'm following this. So just need to make sure these are square. And I've got this aiming. Those clump of 3 trees at the end, there's sort of a clump of 3 that are quite tight. Or on the biggest one of those 3, there's the tallest one of the lot. I'm aiming on that one there. So I'm going to set up. So even when I stand here now, that feels pretty good. For many of you, if you have an issue with this, it'll feel like you're aiming somewhere else. And now I've just got to trust that now with the swing. There we go, finished pretty much exactly on it. Quite happy with that, doing that on YouTube as well, that's quite cool. But as you can see, just a really nice simple drill for those of you to set up. What I then would do, as you start getting better at this, I'd spend the first half an hour or so doing this. First basket of balls, really working on this. Next bet then, take that one away. How do you feel now when you're setting up? And check it, set up. Okay, that feels pretty good. Drop a stick down. Are they parallel? Not quite, a little bit shut. Okay, go again. Get used to practicing that. Then what we can do is start aligning ourselves off central from the mat. So this is a little bit harder now because what we're doing is we're moving away from those square lines. So let's go towards that white flag. Not sure if you can see this on the camera, but we'll do it. Setting up towards the white flag. So I'm going to tweak that towards the white flag there. Now this already feels weird, cross-aiming across a range mat, but harder to set my feet. Got nothing to go off. There we go. Happy with that. And then trust it. Always think railway tracks when you're doing this. 2 lines. Feet line, this is the body line, and then there's the ball line. They do not run at the same target. They're going to point at different targets, but that's correct. Don't feel like you need to aim the feet at the target. Keep the club pointing at the target. That's what we use to hit the ball. The feet then are going to aim slightly to the left, but still parallel with that ball's target line. So just to give you a bit of a hand setting this up, I've put those 3 balls in the way of my target. So they're in the way, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to run back, and I'm trying to hit roughly from the centre point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a ball down where I'm going to hit from, and then I'm going to run an alignment stick towards or just to the right of those 3 balls, which means now if I ran a stick directly through here, that's pointing at the 3 balls and then directly through towards my target. What I can do, yeah, I am happy with that. Now, when I'm here, is I'm just going to run a stick parallel. This might take some tweaking, it always does, and that's going to help me with my feet line. So that's going to help me with my feet and then hips and shoulder line. With those 2 now running parallel, I know now when I set up to that ball that my club face is going to be pointing over those balls and towards my target where I want it to go. So honestly, that tricks so many people out when they get on the golf course, because they start aiming their feet at the target rather than the club, and then they get in all sorts of issues. They're now having to fight it, they're having to use their golf swing to try and fight it, starts becoming messy, you're not doing what you normally do to hit a good shot, suddenly then you are under pressure, you're putting your swing under pressure, and you're having to try and create shots rather than just standing and swinging the golf club like you do on the driving range. Guys, I hope you really enjoyed today's video. It's just a sneak peek into some stuff that I do with my clients about alignment. Hopefully it helps you improve your golf, not just on the driving range, but more importantly, on the golf course as well. Guys, thanks very much for watching. See you all very soon.